Muslims say that the Comforter, mentioned in the Bible, who was to come when Jesus left, and who will teach us all things, is Muhammad. If that was true, and he was to bring glory to Jesus and be an advocate for him, then why did he disagree about our sonship? He disagreed because it is not referring to him. The passage is referring to the Holy Spirit, which is in complete agreement. You would think that any book filled with praise and worship from God would be an all right book. However, when it's mixed in with a denial of us being part of God's family, then it's not. I could easily write a book that praises God. And as long as it doesn't contain any anti-Jesus rhetoric, it comes from heaven. But if it did, then it would mean it came from hell. The body is a physical vessel for the mind, will, and emotions. The soul is the spiritual vessel for the spirit. If all things are possible with God, then all physical miracles are possible. The reason I don't believe in physical miracles is not that I don't believe God can do them, but does he do them? Just because something is bad for you, it doesn't necessarily make it wrong. It may be bad for you to smoke and drink, but it's not wrong to do so because it doesn't have anything to do with whether you are a sinner or not. There is a preacher out there who says that people who do wrong should be locked up and have the key thrown away. Apparently, I like him more than he likes me. Because I'm one of those who has done wrong. I'll forgive him of his wrong, thinking if he'll forgive me of my wrongdoing. If God really intended for us to have free will, then he would have said, do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil unless we want to. I realize that a lot of you think that I am very critical and that I disagree with almost everything the church teaches and does, but that is not true. It may seem like that because the only thing we seem to talk about is the differences between what I believe and what you believe, but the truth is, I agree with most everything believers think, but in good faith. If there is something I find that may not be right, I feel that it is my duty to point it out. And I don't need you shutting me out when I do. It would be so much easier for me just to keep my mouth shut and go with the flow and accept what you say, but then I wouldn't be who I am if I did do that. I'm willing to take your abuse and attacks only because I know what I say is right. You become one with God when you become one of His children. The Bible is the scroll with 7 seals. It contains the perfect message to heal mankind. No one but Jesus has been able to see it, and that is why I think I am Him, because I see it too. God has revealed to me so I can build His kingdom and prove that I am who I say I am. Mary was told by the angel Gabriel at least 2 years before Jesus was born that she would be His mother. She said, "How can that be, since she had not yet known a man?" Because at the time, she was still a virgin. In that day, every eye will see Him. Means that everyone will spiritually see that I am who I say I am. It doesn't mean that everyone will look at me so they can scrutinize everything I do to prove I'm not. I don't advocate that we should offer students a choice between parochial schools and secular schools. I advocate that we should completely do away with secular schools. As long as you keep thanking God for letting you live another day, it shows you still have some doubt about whether or not there really is a heaven. Because if you were really sure about what you believe in, you wouldn't mind dying. A person who really believes would rather be in heaven, knowing that it is infinitely better than anything you can imagine doing.